Coming up on the Sports Desk, Torrance and West Soccer dueling it out in battle of two of the top teams in the Pioneer League. Find out who comes out on top in this one. Meanwhile, the boys at Bishop are crushing teams left and right. One player carves his name into the history books. Find out who. Plus, the El Camino women's basketball team has struggled as of late. Will that trend continue against East Los Angeles College? Of course, we're going to get you all caught up on scores, highlights, and updates from Torrance's prep sports scene. The Sports Desk starts right now. What's up, Torrance? Always good to see you. Welcome to a new week on the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Juan Hernandez. The girls' soccer season is past the halfway point of Pioneer League play, where every game counts. But for the Torrance Tartars and the West Warriors, both squads are having plenty of success. Both teams neck and neck for Pioneer League bragging rights, with the Tartars in the driver's seat for now. So to Peterson Field we go. Ladies at West getting jacked, drinking their pre-workout. We're going to pick it up in the second half. Scoring opportunity for the Tartars, but Ruth Soto with the hops. She makes the save. Later in the half, Jenna Hernandez, just nice little style points over the top of the goalie. West goes crazy. They're up 1-0. Just a few minutes later, Soto again snags that one, holding the shutout. And later in the half here, Megan McComos scores on the free kick, another one. Style points from 37 yards out. West takes a commanding 2-0 lead, and the Warriors go on to win this one 2-0. West goalkeeper Ruth Soto taking a page from Marshawn Lynch's book, going beast mode, denying every Tartar chance that comes her way. Torrance set 20 set pieces into Warrior territory, but could not find daylight. West handing the Tartars their first league loss of the season and snapping the Tartars' 4-game win streak. The win vaults West over Torrance for first place in the Pioneer League. And after that tough loss against West, the Tartars were able to get back on track against Pioneer League rival South. Torrance was down 1-0 early, but Magda Rongski heads in the tying goal off a Haley Noble throw-in. A few minutes later, Peyton Lebo puts the Tartars on top 2-1, and Torrance would run away from here. Alicia Sloss and Annika Rodriguez both score as the Tartars just straight up dominate South 4-2. Torrance scores all 4 goals in the second half, keeping them right behind West for that #1 spot in Pioneer League play. Now for South, Holly Camerly has 2 goals, but that's not enough for the Spartans, who fall to 3-2-1 in league play, and they fall even further behind in the quest for Pioneer League bragging rights. Meanwhile, the Warriors continued their hot streak, downing Leuzinger 4-0. West sitting in the driver's seat in Pioneer League play now, with Torrance still nipping at their heels. Jessica Murphy's squad finishes off the month of January a solid 5-1-1. They score 29 goals, and they stay tight defensively. They only allow 3 during that stretch. Now, for more on the newcomers to the Pioneer League and their success this season, reporter Kiana Martin joins us.
A new league, a new head coach, and a brand new season faces the West High girls soccer team, looking to make their mark in an unfamiliar Pioneer League. Last year, the Lady Warriors finished a remarkable season, stopping just short of their divisional CIF championship game, beating out top schools in the Bay League and finishing a noteworthy 8-1-1 record. But as the new season rolls around, staying on top with the new local teams becomes an all-new playing field.
I think the biggest challenge for us was that we didn't have much experience playing against these types of teams, because we've only played them in preseason games before, but we haven't really seen their full potential. So I think the biggest challenge was not knowing what they're going to bring to the table.
Being already familiar with the Pioneer League, new head coach Jessica Murphy emphasizes with her team that a new league only creates newer competition.
We knew coming in that the Pioneer League wouldn't be, a walk in the park. We knew it was going to be tough. I actually had the experience last year of coaching at South, and so I knew coming in it was going to be tough. And if anything, Torrance got stronger. So we knew it was going to be a battle.
West High may be known as the new kids on the block, but that hasn't stopped them from their success in the Pioneer League. While taking an early lead in the Pioneer standings, the new division changes hasn't affected the Warriors. picking up from their dominant run last season.
I think we're just going to keep moving forward with the momentum we have. It was like a good game to peak in, and I think we actually peaked by now. So I think we just got to keep our momentum going and keep the intensity going into the next game.
We beat the first place team and we got back up there. So keeping that up, that means we could do anything. We just got to keep our motivation up high, make sure no one gets themselves down, and we keep going through it.
This confident West girls team looks to continue its success and make a name for themselves in this Pioneer League. From Torrance, I'm Kiana Martin, reporting from the Sports Desk.
Thank you for that, Kiana. West blown by teams left and right, but we can't forget they have another meet and greet with Torrance coming up next week with the potential of that Pioneer League crown on the line. Meanwhile, over at North, the Saxons put on an absolute scoring clinic against Centennial. They score 8 goals, shutting out the Apache 8-0. Melina Baeta has 2, and Blanca Adami and Christy Hutchings each score for the Saxons. North improves to 9-8-1 overall, and they're 3-3 in league. The Bishop Montgomery Knights fall for the second time this season to a Del Rey League foe, St. Joseph. The Jesters not having a great season overall, but somehow they seem to have the Knights number this year. Just a few weeks ago, the Jesters down Bishop by the exact same score. Now the Knights are currently on a 2-game losing streak as they fall to 2-3 in Del Rey League play. On the other side of things, boys soccer is also in the thick of league play. Just like the girls, the West Warriors are currently in the driver's seat for the Pioneer League bragging rights. West takes down rival Torrance to start another week of league play. Mason Shortland scores the lone goal of the game just minutes into the second half to lead West. Goalkeeper Denver Silverlake makes 6 saves to pick up the shutout. Meanwhile, West kept the good vibes rolling, taking down Leuzinger in another 1-0 victory. This one would need extra time as the Warriors closed out the Olympians in a thriller. West hasn't lost since December, and they finish off the month of January in style with 5 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties. The Warriors remain perfect in Pioneer League play. And even with the teams on a roll, Coach Shimizu still stresses that his team needs to continue to play hard.
Their goal is to win league, obviously, and we're off to a good start. And to do so, we have to continue to play hard each and every game and not start off slow. You know, if a team takes advantage of that, then we can put ourselves in a hole. So we'll have to work on that and hopefully fix it, you know, as we go through league.
For the Torrance Tartars, the end of January wasn't exactly what they expected, and for South, well, it was the exact opposite. Both squads met up earlier this season when the Tartars edged out the Spartans 2-1. The two heated rivals met up for the final time this season in a wild one at South. South strikes first when Will Hayward boots in a cross from Nick Kraus. A little later on, the Tartars responded when Marcos Ambrose booted in a free kick from about 25 yards out. That ties it up at 1 apiece. Later in the half, South would retake the lead when Hayward lit the lamp for his second goal of the game. Both teams would exchange blows, and this one would need not 1, but 2 overtimes. Early in the second overtime, Koya Taquito would finish things off as South, who blew a lead 3 times, took down the Tartars 4-3. Nick Kraus had 3 assists for the Spartans, and Marcos Ambrose has 2 goals for the Tartars. Torrance has now lost 3 games in a row. And rounding out the prep soccer scene, the Bishop Montgomery Knights. The Knights taking on Salesian in another Del Rey League matchup. Bishop lost the first time around just a few weeks ago, and the same would go on in this one. The Knights get shut out by the Mustangs again. Bishop closed out the month of January with 3 straight losses, scoring only 1 goal during that stretch. Bishop falls to 1-4 in league play with just a few more games remaining. All right, folks, that's your prep soccer news from the pitch. When we come back, we'll take you to the hardwood where one Bishop Montgomery Knight scores his way into the history books.
Changing the old motor oil and filter helps keep your car running right. Making sure to recycle your used motor oil and filter helps keep the environment running right too. Finish the job. RecycleTorrance.org. If you dump trash and chemicals in the gutter, they don't stay there. Keep the ocean clean by keeping the gutter and storm drains clean. RecycleTorrance.org.
Parents sure have their hands full, and they could use an extra hand. Now, every state offers free or low-cost health insurance for your sports hero or budding artist. Kids up to age 19 can get checkups, doctor and dentist visits, hospital care, prescriptions, and more. Your child may qualify based on your family size and income. It's one less thing to worry about. Call or go online for more information.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back. The Lady Saxons have been killing it this season. Plain and simple, we all know how intense the North versus South rivalry is, and no, I'm not talking about the Civil War. North coming into this one riding a 4-game win streak while the Spartans try to avoid their 2nd straight loss. So let's get after it. To North High we go. Coach Kamiyama getting her team psyched. First quarter, Kylie Oshiro with the long jumper. North goes up by 7 early. Just a few plays later, Jaron Fajardo from downtown drained it. South trying to keep close in this one early on. Second quarter now, Sheridan Matali. She's going to drive left to the bucket. And North now starting to pull away in this one in the first half. Later in the second quarter, Riley Kamiya pulls up. Yes, the Saxons up 28-6 in the first half. Second half, North playing tight defensively. Jaron Fajardo drives into Megan Takata. She stands her ground. Fourth quarter, Kelly Ogata drives and finishes. North never looks back. They take care of South easily, 56-27. Coach Kamiyama and co. absolutely go crazy on the Spartans, 56-27. North has scored more than 50 points in all but 2 of their games this season. South would rebound against Torrance, picking up the W over the Tartars. Jaron Fajardo drops 22 for South, and Christy Takahashi adds 13 in the win. The Spartans improve to 16-5 and 4-2 in league play, while the Tartars drop another game against South. The last time Torrance beat South was when they split the season series during the 2012-2013 season. Now let's cruise over to West, where the Warriors were riding a 3-game win streak, trying to make that 4 straight against Leuzinger. The Warriors started off hot early, outscoring Leuzinger 36-17 in the first half. Haley Tanabe and Kayla Sato combined for 22 points, and Taylor Tomita adds 8 as the Warriors blow past Leuzinger by 23 points. That's West's 4th straight win, putting them in 2nd place in the Pioneer League standings. Their last loss came against North, and the team right above them in the Pioneer League standings is none other than those Saxons. Meanwhile, the Lady Knights tack on 2 straight wins. They cruised past St. Anthony 43-37 and beat Castle Park 54-42. Bishop finishes off the month of January with 6 wins and 4 losses, averaging just over 56 a game during that stretch. Now, speaking of Bishop, Stephen Thompson Jr. had himself a night to remember against St. Bernard. Thompson Jr. eclipsed the 2,000 career point mark in the Knights' 71-48 win. He was 14 points shy of the mark entering the game, and in the second half, STJ, well, he goes to the free throw line, sinks it. That's his 2,000th career point. He finished the game with 19. Stephen Thompson Jr. and co. carried that momentum from St. Bernard, and then they go on and crush Loyola 94-34. STJ's dad was in attendance for this one, as the Oregon State-bound guard outscored Loyola all by himself with 37 points in just 3 quarters. Christian Oshida adds 20 points, but it was STJ who was completely unstoppable and stole the show. That's Bishop's 15th straight win, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. According to Maps Prep's national rankings, the Knights are ranked 25th in the country. It's Bishop's first appearance in the Maps Prep's national rankings since the 2012-2013 regular season when they went undefeated. Now, speaking of the national spotlight, a former Bishop Montgomery Knight, Tyler Harvey, a redshirt junior at Eastern Washington University, is the nation's leading scorer. Harvey, who walked on to the Eagles, is averaging just over 23 points per game. The Eagles sharpshooter leads the nation in 3-point field goals made per game, and he ranks 5th in the country, shooting just under 50% from beyond the arc. While at Bishop, Harvey was a 2-time All-Delray League and All-CIF selection for the Knights. Now the Torrance Tartars having an up-and-down season so far. They've literally lost, then won, then lost, then won. I think you get the point. Coming off a loss against West, they look to get back in the win column and avenge their loss to South a few weeks ago, while the South Spartans looking to make it 6 straight wins and take the season sweep. Both squads would play hot potato for most of this one. The Spartans missed a game-tying three-pointer with about 20 seconds left, and Oscar Parada and Kusha Madonlo knocked down some free throws as Torrance goes on to shock South 57-52. The Tartars were led by Giovanni Jackson, who torches South for 16 points. Big man Michael Yost had 24 points and 13 rebounds for the Spartans. South and Torrance split the season series, and the Spartans fall to the number 2 spot in the league behind Leuzinger. North gets by Centennial 63-58. The Saxons snap a 3-game losing streak. Coach Duperon and co. are just 1 game under 500 and are an even 3-3 in Pioneer League play. Meanwhile, the West Warriors' struggles continue this season. Flashes of brilliance have been shown, but they couldn't get anything going against the top dogs of the Pioneer League. Christian Jackson dropped 16 points and cleaned up the glass with 12 rebounds in the 48-40 loss. All right, everybody, when we come back, El Camino women's basketball has been struggling as of late. We'll take a look at how they fare against East Los Angeles College.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Okay, so we drowned the fire,
Yep.
stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
Welcome back. We have chatted your ears off with just about everything you need to know in the prep sports world, so now it's time to do the same in the land of JUCO athletics. Elko women's basketball looking to snap a 2-game losing streak against East Los Angeles, so let's just head over to Elko. Warriors ready to break that losing streak. Early in the first half here, Sydney Chase from downtown nails it. Chase would have 8 points on the night. A little later in the first half, Kyla Martin-Burnley just blows right by Michelle Straczynski. And later in the first, Elko down by 3. Alex Delick with a nice move and easy lay-in. The Warriors keeping this one close. Under 3 in the first half, Nyjah Bass, she drains a 3. She would have 18 on the night, and Elko up by 1 at the half. Second half, this is where the Huskies start to take over. Olivia Ochoa with the steal. She takes this thing all the way back to the other side. Ochoa with 18 points for the Huskies. Just under 2 to play. Jocelyn Diaz with the bucket. East Los Angeles College pulls away. They go on to win this one 73-62. Nyjah Bass led the way for the Lady Warriors with 18 points and 5 rebounds. Chantaline Trudeau added 14 points and 10 rebounds in the loss. Elko drops their 3rd straight game. They fall to 16-7 overall, but still remain perfect in conference play. The Elko men's team not faring so well either. The men lose their 3rd straight game. East Los Angeles jumping out to a 15-point lead at the half, but the Warriors would claw their way back into this one, outscoring the Huskies in the second, 46-32. Still not enough. East LA hangs on to win 77-76. East LA's Richard Biven was fouled with 3 seconds left, sinking 1 of 2 free throws to seal the game for the Huskies. Christopher Munoz led the way for Elko with 18 points, and Derek Twiggs adds 17. The Warriors fall to 6-13 overall, and they're now 2-2 in conference. Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, nachos, yep. Baseball is back in action for the El Camino Warriors, that is. They traveled to Bakersfield for the opening tourney of the 2015 season. Elko gets 4 runs in the 8th to down Sequoias in game number 1. Our man, Broseph Notch and Darian Sylvester combined for 4 RBI in this one. Game number 2 wouldn't have the same luck. Elko scored the first run of the day in the 7th, but Bakersfield storms right back, tying it up in the 8th. In the bottom of the 11th, Bakersfield drives in the winning run, downing the Warriors. And in the final, the bats come back to life. The Warriors get 5 in the 5th inning, 4 in the 8th, and they blow past Porterville 9-1. Elko belts out 14 hits in this contest. The Warriors snagged 2 wins in the tourney, not a shabby way to start the season. Meanwhile, Elko softball gets their season underway as well. The Lady Warriors doing work in new coach Jessica Raposa's debut. They put up 24 runs against Moore Park in an all-out massacre. They hit double digits again against Golden West, both games finishing in the 5th inning. They also swept Orange Coast College, taking the first game 2-1 and cranking out 9 runs in the 2nd. The Lady Warriors take their first 4 games to open up the season. Men's volleyball also got their season underway. The Warriors coming off a successful 2014 campaign where they captured their first ever Western States Conference title. The Warriors taking on powerhouse Orange Coast College in that season opener. A lot of back and forth action in this one, but Elko bests Orange Coast College, beating them for the first time since 2012. First-year player and South alum Peter Nordell has 15 kills and 7 block assists. That wraps up your JUCO sports scene. Now, back at Bishop Montgomery, students have the chance to win tuition by making a half-court shot during home basketball games, with just 1 student given the chance each game. Through most of the season, only 1 had made that shot. Check out this video right here. Bishop senior Patrick Coley with the chance on this evening. This video clearly sponsored by the iPhone 3. Nails it. Yo soy fiesta. He gets mobbed. Tuition for Patrick. Congratulations, buddy. All right, everybody, that's going to close the books on another week with the Sports Desk. As always, we're available on Facebook. That's facebook.com/thesportsdesktv. Or if you'd like to email the show with any story ideas, it's thesportsdesk@torranceca.gov. Also, feel free to hit us up anytime on Twitter with pics, video, anything sports related right here in the South Bay. The Sports Desk crew handles, that's @HeyIt'sWano, @Collin Kushner, and @OfficiallyKD. Use the hashtag TheSportsDesk. All right, everybody, that wraps up another week on the show. We'll see you next time.